All right, hey everybody, RV Enthusiast here. Nice seeing you again. Welcome back to Maintenance Monday. This is going to be episode 6. Today we're working on taking off the rear wheel of the Heybike Ranger. It's not real complicated, not real hard. That's all this episode's going to be, is taking off the rear wheel. If you need to see how to fix a flat, if you have a flat on your rear wheel, after you watch this video to take it off, episode 1 is how to fix a flat. So just reach back and watch those episodes, and you'll have an understanding of how to replace the, how to repair the flat. But let's get started on replacing this rear wheel, taking it off and replacing it. All right, guys, on a Heybike Ranger, I've got mine upside down. If I were you, I would turn yours upside down to do the rear wheel as well. Careful of your display on your front handlebars. You may want to use some kind of foam or pad to keep the display from getting damaged, or put your front handlebars across that pad as well. So the first thing we want to do is take these rubber covers off. There's one on both sides. The one on this side just comes off. This side here, I think, just flips up so you can get access to this. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to follow this cord back right here. This is your motor. Your motor's inside here. This is the cable that plugs in up here to your motor. So what we're going to do is we're going to undo these zip ties right here. Here's one. Careful not to damage the cable or the plug. I find it easiest to grab the head of the strap and just kind of squeeze it. And then you're kind of protected from damaging that strap as well. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull this cable apart right here. And it's a straight pull. And as you can see, let's see if I can make sure it's sharp for you. There are lots of plugs in here, lots of pins going to this plug. Again, this only goes one way. All right, so now we have that off, and I can move this out of the way a little bit. I want this kind of as straight as I can get it, just about like so. I believe this is an 18 millimeter on both sides. So let me get an 18 millimeter wrench, and we'll take that off. So I got two. And what you want to do is put this on over this. Well, you don't have to use the box end. You can use the open end. Put it here. Brace it. You'll be on the ground more or less, and just start turning this off. And like I said, this is just a wheel replacement, guys. This is really simple. That one's loose. I'm doing the exact same thing on this side, guys. This side over here is actually a little simpler. All right, one of the things you want to do is kind of get a visual on the placement of things, where the washers go. Sometimes it's easiest to take a picture, and then you have a reference for later. Okay, let me get a little screwdriver. In many cases, guys, you're going to have to free this spindle or axle from the frame. That's why I brought the adjustable wrench. So I'm going to take these completely off just to give myself space. And now we have the space we need. And I truly don't believe it's just going to pop off that easy. And it won't, so hang on. Okay, on this one, there is another Allen set gripping around the axle. So let's get a, looks like maybe a 5 to fix that, to take that out. Okay, on this side, this is the bolt I took off, and it does have a flat side, so I know this will work after we take this off. So now what we got to do is, what's holding it on in place is this little kind of washer, spacer type device. So we'll take this, we'll unscrew this. And you saw that slip down. Now we'll just take that off. That comes off, and now this is free to come up. Now with that free, it still may give us problems coming out, but I don't know. So from there, take a adjustable wrench, and you'll feel two flat sides on this axle coming through. And on this side, you have room to kind of mess with it a little bit. So all we're trying to do is jiggle it loose a little. And you can see it on this side as well. So reach in here, just give it a little work back and forth. It's not much, just a little bit. And now this should come off. And it's off. All I have to do is take the chain off. So the chain is now off the wheel. We are free from everything except for this little portion of the chain. And now we should be able to lift this tire completely off. Get my kickstand up and out of the way. And your tire is off. That's all there is to it, guys. It's not real hard. Make sure you use that little crescent wrench to kind of break the seal loose, because what it's doing is by you rotating, it's kind of digging a slight wedge in there to hold it itself into place. Pretty simple. It's not real hard, but you can do it on both sides and then the wheel will lift out. Now to put the wheel back on, just pick it up, set it down, and remember, the big deal here is you have a rotor that you have to get this into the caliper. All right, so bring this up and over. Set this down, and it'll almost slide perfectly into space for you. Now I know it's not right because the flat spots aren't where they should be, but I'm in really close. So now all I have to do is pick it up, find my flat spots, and there we are. It's in. So now I'm just going to make sure my chain is correct. And now the only thing left to do is tighten everything back. Well, I have to get these slots in proper yet. Yeah, so you got to push it a little bit, guys. And there it is. It's in the slot. So once we're in, we got to put it back together. So if you remember, we slide these on. Then you take your derailleur guard, and the thing you don't want to do, you don't want to pinch this cable. So get your derailleur guard up like so, and then tighten your bolt up to it. At least screw it on. like so. Now this is going to come back through your guard like so. Then this, once we're done, we'll cover this cap again. But we're not done yet, so let's just hold off. Now we're going to go put this on the other side. Okay, to put this on this side, again, we want to make sure this goes down into this slot because this is what's going to keep it from turning. And it is all the way down. So what we have to do is get this, put it on, like so, and then we have to find where this went, which is right there. Okay, so now this won't come off. I can tighten that in a minute, but while I'm over here, I may as well put the 18 back on. So now I'm going to tighten this down. And this is really a retainer clip to keep this from falling out on you. Doesn't have to be crazy tight, but a little bit. And then we just tighten this back up. There we go there. Now we got to do the other side. Make sure your guard is nice and covering your derailleur. I got to get on the other side. Okay, nice and tight. Next thing is we're going to take this plug, come over, and put it on the nut. Then this is where you want to be real careful, guys. Here's our mark. We have an arrow here, and we have an arrow here. So take this arrow. If you had some white out, would be a good idea to put it on here so you can always see it. So here's the arrow, and here's the arrow. Okay, it's on. Now we need to put a tie here and a tie here, and we're done. That's really all there is to it, guys. That's really all there is to it. All right, guys. That's episode 6 on Maintenance Monday on the Heybike Ranger, how to replace a rear wheel. Now, the inner workings of the rear wheel and things like that, we're probably not going to go into. It's a little more challenging and probably a little more time than I have right now. I've got a bunch of other things going on. I'm going to do 2 more quick maintenance Mondays on this bike. I think at least one more, maybe 2 more. So join me for those. That'll probably be episode 7 and episode 8. And that'll conclude the Heybike Ranger Maintenance Mondays, and then we'll move on to something else for Maintenance Monday. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode.